Welcome back to the Backpacking 9-Hole Cup Expert Division, hole number 5. This is the layup option for hole number 5. If you don't have a Zerk or you're not comfortable sending it across the water, this is a layup option with a real good chance at a drop. We're going to be starting with our APOC and setting up for a sniper bounce up shot. The drive plays P3 plus 10% max. It's 5.5 topspin, 3 right spin, APOC 4 plus friendly here. So what we're going to be doing is setting up at the 0-yard mark, like so. With APOC 5 and 6, you'll have 1/3 of the red ring in the right rough at the 0. APOC 7 is red ring touching the right rough at the 0. APOC 8 is 2/3 of the blue ring in the right rough at the 0-yard mark. And then APOC 4, you'll be setting up at the plus 6-yard mark. And what I would recommend is you add spins and use your second bounce as a reference for the left right. So what I mean by that, you'll see when I add spins, 5.5 top, 3 right spin always. You see when I add spins, my second bounce is just into the fairway off the rough here. That's what we're looking at right there. So you can mimic that ball guide with your APOC 4. You'll just be at the plus 6 instead of at the 0, right? P310 max. We're going to use just slightly more than a half a ball of curl with no overpower for this drive. And I'll show you what I'm looking for as far as power is concerned on the drive with the curl. So it's slightly more than a half a ball of curl. And if you notice, what I'm looking at is basically the bottom of my ball. If you notice, I'm just barely covering the bottom part of the broken shot circle there. And then there's a small gap between the center line and the left side of my ball. And the bottom of my ball is just barely covering that part of the shot circle that's broken on the bottom. That's the two references I use here. What that does is it allows me to play the same curl with the same amount of power every time so that you get consistent rollouts on this shot. I did hit great here. It is great safe both sides. And the approach is also great safe both sides. So we're looking for around, I would say, 375 plus on this drive. It's going to depend on, the type of rollout you get, whether you hit great or whether you hit perfect, and what kind of bounce you get. But anywhere in that range, 375 plus, will get you where you can reach this approach with no problem. So what we're doing on the second shot here is I'm always going to find min sniper. So if you see I pull back to min sniper there, it's not showing it. But what I do is I find my min, and then I count up 10 rings from min. It's not letting me click on the picture here. All right, there it goes. So find min. I recommend you have Grizzly in the bag for an easy min line with your sniper. Count up 10 rings and then place the left side of the blue ring touching the rough fairway line like you see here, right there. If you set up any closer to the rough than your blue ring, then you'll have a chance of clipping the rough, as we're over adjusting this approach to counter the wind push. So don't set up any closer to the rough than your blue ring, and you'll be safe. If you set up with the red ring touching, there is a chance that you clip the rough on your approach, and you don't want to do that. So if you set it up this way, blue ring touching, 10 rings from min, it'll always play P3 plus 15% at 26 slider, right? So you can set your slider in between your shots, P3 plus 15 at 26 slider, count your 10 rings up, set your blue ring on the rough, and then what you'll do is you'll add spins so that the tip of the ball guide is a half a square short and aimed at the left center of the hole. So half a square short, aimed left center of the hole. Adjust. No overpower, no underpower. Hit perfect, and you'll have a good chance at a drop. As you see here, I'm going to hit, I think, a great right, and I'm going to barely miss this to the right. A perfect on this shot would have been in the hole, right? So a good chance, even with this layup, you still get a good chance at the drop. I wish you the best of luck. Hope you hit perfect. Hope you get the drop, and we'll see you on the next hole.